At this juncture, I would like to invite the current AC chair, Dr. Morena Meli, to come and lead us in a devotion so that we can start the meeting. Thank you.
I would like us at this celebration where we are bidding farewell to our brothers and sisters to have a look at 3 John verse 2 and 3. 3 John verse 2 and 3.
My loved one, it is my prayer that you may do well in all things and be healthy in body, even as your soul does well. 3, for it gave me great joy when some of the brothers came and gave witness that we had the true faith and were walking in the true way.
I found this part of scripture to be quite becoming for an occasion of this nature, where the Apostle John writes to a friend, Gaius, saying, just as I know that you are doing well spiritually, how I pray that you may do well also concerning things of health and materially.
So we are not just bidding you farewell, we are celebrating you, but most importantly, we are honoring Melekalakala. We are honoring Dr. Mweti and Ntate Sfadi.
I just want to appreciate again the AC and the role that the AC plays for us, and we are looking forward to strengthening that role by, I think, being more available, more informative, more transparent, so that we can make the work of the AC much easier, and also to ensure that we are showing appreciation and accountability to the AC. So we hope that even as we go on with these transitions, we are going to ensure that we entrench that relationship. We understand, I think that's one of the most passionate jobs, because I can't say staff are more passionate than AC. AC are the ones who can even say I'm with World Vision because I'm passionate. Because staff normally passion will be seen during the working time, but we have always seen in some places, not all staff, maybe after transition, maybe staff just lose the focus at times, they go into another thing. So we believe that at times, as staff, at times we do it for a salary, while being encouraged to become more passionate. But when you see the commitment that the AC has, you leave your time, you look at how involving World Vision is. You are talking about documentation and how much it's heavy to work with World Vision for just voluntary service. That's the real passion and Christianity.
I've interacted with Mel Kalakala physically and Datemweti. And at Safari, I think we only last met virtually over the interview, though we've met before. And it's quite a coincidence, I think. I was told he was in school in Cape Town, where I went also. When he left, I came in. And now it's World Vision. When he leaves, I come in.
And it is true that we had a very nice and beautiful working relationship. He was my immediate boss, because when I joined, I was a member of the GNN committee. That is, Fadi is the one from whom I have taken the baton to become the chair of the GNN. And I want to express my appreciation, that is, Fadi, for imparting your knowledge, for sharing your knowledge, and for your guidance and the warm welcome. And one of the things that I would like to learn from you and emulate, which is very tough for me, it's your patience and your calmness, you know. And that made a man who was very, very organized. when you took the reins, I could feel that being organized, and you are somebody who liked to do things as they were supposed to do. Time management, good organization. Those are some of the things that I could see in your leadership. But most importantly, personally, for me, you talked about you training leaders, and it was funny because as I was thinking about what I was going to say here, I had already thought about the fact that you are somebody who believed in me, and who, without necessarily saying it, was saying you could be a leader, But what I also know is that in having those long meetings that we had, there was that interaction. We got to know each other because it was a bit more relaxed, We got to know each other beyond, because sometimes we'd sort of have a detour. We miss the warmth in Elite, because Islonage were very much business-like, and with the Zoom thing now, we miss that human interaction and just getting to know each other beyond just being colleagues. It's our body, because we spend there, we talk about the documents, we deliberate, and then we leave. So we don't really get to know that I have a son who is at high school and stuff. But during your meetings, we sort of just relax and say a bit of this, a bit of this and that. And I would like to thank you for that motherly touch that we felt under your leadership. And as I say, it is very inspiring to some of us who are women to say that we as women can do this.
And really it was a kind of joy for me to be able to learn more about World Vision, to see what World Vision is doing. And I think one of the things that I used to do to show that appreciation is that when I come back with the information and knowledge that I come back with, I would always force to present it before the rest of the AC, just for them to appreciate and to know what is happening around us. So it has been quite a good time that we had. Though, as it was mentioned, I have always been busy with many things. A pastor, pastoring a church, studying, doing my MBA at the same time, implementing a project at our workplace, which was quite busy. So, and now being part of the AC, and also being part of our board, our church board. So it was like every month I had to really think around how I was going to juggle around the things that we had to do. But through God's grace, we have managed, and I've managed. It was like when I stopped from the AC, it was like, hey, there's not enough to do. Because being used to so many things, really it became, but I think when that happened, it was during the time of COVID, which was now we also had to work from home. So for my family, that was a good time.
But I want to thank World Vision. I really want to thank World Vision for its professional approach in doing things. They say in World Vision that you have, one thing I think that we really found frustrating is that things are changing like every day. They are always up to improving. You think you are catching on something. You are told that another new document, a revised document is coming on that same thing. So there's so much learning, there's so much, and I don't know how they are able to do this. But compared to other organizations, I'm telling you, you have an organization that is so fast-paced, an organization that wants to be unique and that wants to be different.
To work with an organization for 10 years, it means that, you'd really have to be a dumb person not to have learned anything. We really had the best of times. Memantlama just reminded me of the triennial. I think it happened in 2013, and I had just joined World Vision in 2012, and in 2013 I was the chair. I was still sitting and, just learning. You remember those kinds, I was having that kind of attitude, and voila. I had to be a chair, and unfortunately for me, the triennial was at us. Guess what? Somebody who was seated next to me wanted to know what World Vision Lesotho was. And then he asked me, he said, okay, what's your budget? I was clueless. I tried to can myself out of the situation, and I was so embarrassed. I never forget that. And one of these days, when I was now more confident, he met me. He was actually a Zambian chairperson, and then he said, okay, now I can see you. I heard what you were saying, because I didn't even know the budget of the organization I was supposed to be a chair for, because I thought I had time. Okay, so maybe this tells us that, when you get that opportunity, learn as much as you can, because you don't know what will happen. You might just have to represent this thing that you say you like so much. As though that was not enough. When we came back from that triennial, it was one of its kind. I think that's the only one, during my tenure, where we also took the kids with us, the children with us to the triennial. There was actually going to be the children's presentations in that triennial. And guess what? We came back, and Memantlam just decided to organize a Lesotho television presentation. I couldn't answer the questions. I kept on saying, ask the children.